PlayStation fan. I'm a PlayStation. I'm a PlayStation fan. I'm a PlayStation. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
What is good, YouTube? What's good, PlayStation Nation? It is your boy Persona of Gaming with Persona and one half of the What's Up PlayStation podcast crew. Make sure you check out What's Up PlayStation podcast every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. with myself and my boy, my bro, Bari. This past weekend's episode was really good too, episode 77. Really good conversation, man, with me and Bari. If you haven't already, make sure you go check that out. And if you're like, well, where do I check that out? Persona? How do I check that out? Obviously, you can click the link I'm putting in right now. Hold up, let me do it. Whoops. That's whoops. So check out What's Up PlayStation YouTube channel. Like I said, man, me and Barry, we do our podcast, What's Up PlayStation podcast, or whoops as we like to call it, every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. And it's always a good time, always good talks, you know, lots of laughs, lots of jokes. And that's with me and Barry, man. So make sure y'all check that out. So, boy, oh boy, has it been an interesting time these past couple days. I would say this past week. This past week has been quite an interesting week. Ladies and gentlemen, would you agree? Would you agree that this week has been really interesting? I know y'all agree with your boy. I know y'all agree that, yeah, Persona, it's been a pretty interesting week. Hey, listen, man, we got a couple things we're going to talk about today, man. It's going to be a lot of laughs, a lot of jokes, man. Happy Monday. I hope y'all Monday is going good. You know, if you're at work, I hope I can get you through the work day. If you're driving home from work, I hope I could get you through your drive home from work. If you're home and you're cooking for the family, I hope I could get you through your cooking session for the family. You might be taking a shower. I hope I could get you through your shower session because, you know, ladies and gentlemen, we got to keep our bodies clean. Cleanliness is closer to godliness. You need to be clean. Wash up under the armpits. Wash between the cracks and crevices of your body. And I hope I could get you through your cleaning session in the shower. Listen, you might be having the maritals, you understand, with the Mr. or Mrs., right? With your significant other. And you're like, you know what? Yo, baby, I gotta listen to What's Up PlayStation podcast. We can't miss that. All right? So while we do our thing, I'm gonna have What's Up PlayStation podcast on in the background, and we're gonna do our thing and have the maritals. Listen, I don't judge. I don't judge. If I'm getting you through your love-making session with your significant other, I'm honored. I'm honored that you would actually put me on in the background while you and your significant other get to doing what you do. So I'm honored, man. Thank you. Whatever you're doing, I hope I could get you through it for this 2 hours or so that we'll spend tonight talking about a number of things within the community, a number of things within the industry. And oh boy, I think we're actually about to go on Capitol Hill as well. We're going on Capitol Hill. Oh, what's that? Remember that? I forgot the name of it. Was it Sesame Street? I forget if it was Sesame Street. I forgot which PBS show it was where, I believe it was a PBS show. Y'all remember where they had that rolled up piece of paper sitting on Capitol Hill? He's like, they call me Bill. They call me Bill, and I'm laying on Capitol Hill. Remember that? I forgot that. Y'all know what show I'm talking about. I know y'all know what show I'm talking about. I can't remember it. I believe it was Sesame Street. Not Sesame Street. It might have been Sesame Street, or it might have been Zaboom, one of them shows, man. I forget what show it was. Schoolhouse Rock. D-Dog got it. Schoolhouse Rock. Yes. I think that was it. Yes. Yep. Schoolhouse Rock. They call me Bill. They call me Bill. And I'm laying on Capitol Hill. Hold on. We got Hold up, man. Hold on. We gotta find that real quick. They call me Bill. It's a Schoolhouse Rock. This is it. I'm just a Bill. Oh boy, I'm just a Bill. Hold on, let me play it. Oh, this damn commercial. Let that commercial play. We ain't about to do those commercials. Absolutely not. I don't know what you thought this was, but we ain't doing none of that bullshit. You feel me? I want to real quick. Let me see if this is it. Oh, hold on. Y'all can't even hear it. Hold on. My fault. Hold up. Can y'all hear that? Let me see. Oh, no. Y'all can't hear that. Hold up. My fault. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Y'all can't hear that. All right. Now y'all should be able to hear that. Let me see.
And I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Well, it's a long, long journey to the capital city. It's a long, long wait while I'm sitting in committee. But I know I'll be a law someday. At least I hope and pray that.
Hey, yo, they call me Bill. Hey, yo, listen. We having some fun tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We gonna have a lot of fun tonight. Trust and believe. We about to have some fun tonight. We are about to have a lot of fun tonight. You hear what I say? But y'all know how we do things here. Let's excuse me. Let's do the shout outs real quick, man. Y'all know how we do things. Yo, Carl Anchor, what's good, bro? Appreciate you coming through. Yo, How Weird Gaming, how you feeling, bro? Appreciate you. Yo, Blackbeard, what's good, bro? Persona, you a child, bro. I just like to laugh, that's all. Iron Panther, what's good, man? Appreciate you. Damien, what's good, bro? Appreciate you always. Games for Eternity, how you feeling today, sir? Philip DVG, what's going on with you? Lorenzo Carson, what's going on with you? Das Me Sees, how we feeling today? Jesus Morales, how you feeling, sir? Appreciate you. Prince Philip, how you feeling today, man? How you feeling today, Prince Philip? Gamer Night, how you feeling, man? Appreciate you. Always Mad Gaming, how you feeling, bro? I appreciate you coming through. Yo, Frozen Magma, appreciate you coming through. Also appreciate the super chat, bro. He says stopping through, showing support. I always appreciate you, Frozen. Thank you. Kelvin Smith in the building says, I'm just a Bill sitting on Capitol Hill. Yo, shout out to you, Kelvin. Appreciate you. Yo, D-Dog, I appreciate you coming through. Jamar, what's good, bro? Appreciate you. GN the Don, appreciate you. James Williams, what's going on, man? Appreciate you. South Star in the building. Jack Move, Johnny in the building. The Pony Commissioner. Yeah! What's good, Jack? Appreciate you, bro. Who else is here? Ice Queen Gaming, Don, how you feeling today? I appreciate you. Who else? Yo, Thurnis Haley. Thurnis, how you feeling, man? Appreciate you. German Martinez, what's going on, German? Appreciate you. Shot-Town Gamer 1982, what's good, Shot-Town? Appreciate you. Link, what's good, bro? Always appreciate you. Viper Reaps in the building, what's good, Viper? Nova, what's good, Nova? Appreciate you. Amanda, how you feeling today, Amanda? Appreciate you. J Doggy in the building, I appreciate you. Who else is here? Mr. Go Tryhard Guy Chia. Appreciate you, Mr. Go Tryhard. He says, anybody doing chaos mode on 190 over 195? Nah, man, I'm still like kind of like early, but I've been looking at like different builds and stuff like that, man. Yo, this game is crazy. Like once you get up to like them level 300 areas and whatnot, that chaos mode is crazy. But I'm working to get towards that now. But I know it's difficult as fuck. Iron Panther, what's good? Jesus, what's good? Appreciate you. Who else is here? Terry was good, man. Terry Henderson. Foxing around, Austin, I appreciate you. The chat, it cuts off, so it won't let me go all the way back up. So if I missed anybody, what's good, man? I appreciate all of you coming through, man. I appreciate the support and whatnot. Yo, King Kiso was good, man. I appreciate you. T Games, how you feeling today? Soapbox, Connor in the building. Connor, how you feeling today? Let's mod you up, Connor. Let's mod you up, bro. Throw you that mod. Yo, Slow Mo, Backslap, what's good? I used to call, I remember I used to like, cause Slow Mo, I used to try to say Slow Mo, and I used to call him Slow Mo Backslap. Backclap. That's what I used to say. Shout out to Slow Mo, I appreciate you, bro. Seto Kaiba, what's good, Seto? Muck45, what's good? Jay Wright, Philip K, Jedi Johnny 5, Dre X, the one was good. Samuel Porter, what's going on with y'all, man? I appreciate y'all so much. D Truth was good, man. Appreciate you. Mondo Zappa was good. Get on the Sticks was good. Appreciate you. What's good, Mr. Gaming Politician? Today is your day. Tell us your thoughts on Elizabeth Warren. Hey, man, like I said earlier in the chat, Gaming Politician definitely might show up. He might show up today. I think he's gonna show up today. I definitely do. He's been itching to speak to the people. So I'm gonna give Gaming Politician his couple minutes. You know, let him speak. I might ask him a couple questions. You feel me? You know, I know he's itching to speak. Yo, Quanvo, what's good, bro? Appreciate you, man. Yo, Franco Tech was good, man. I appreciate you. Omar was good, bro. Appreciate you. Shout out to, man, round of applause for the folks in the chat. Yo, Ghost in the Gaming Garage was good. Neil S, what's going on, man? Man, another round of applause for the folks in the chats. Feeling good today. It's Monday. Yo, happy Monday to everybody, man. I hope y'all having a great Monday. If you're not having a great Monday, I hope I can make your Monday better. You know, put some smiles on your faces, make you laugh. You know, have some good conversations. I hope I can do that, man. If I can do that to at least one person, then, you know, job well done. You feel me? So, let's get into it, man. So first, let me, yo, Martin Diaz, what's good? So I want to address these insiders real quick. These quote unquote insiders. I know everything when it comes to PlayStation. PlayStation's got a lot of news, man. I'm telling you, there's a lot of great things on the horizon. Listen, man, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I tell you, do not, like, that whole yo, we've been taking grains of salt with information pertaining to PlayStation insider information for so long. I'm surprised we all haven't dropped dead from high blood pressure. I'm sure we all got high blood pressure right now because of all the grains of salt we've been taking because of these PlayStation news, insider news that's been coming. You understand? I can't take no more grains of salt. I'm trying to live to see 80. We trying to live to see 90 and 100 years old. I can't take no more grains of salt. And I'm sure a lot of y'all can't take much more grains of salt either. Take with a grain of salt. Take with a grain of salt. Take with a grain of salt. Bro, you trying to kill me? Are you trying to kill us? Are you trying to kill us with these grains of salt? Because I'm telling you, these grains of salt have amounted to a full jar of ionized salt that you get from the supermarket. I'm sure by now the amount of grains of salt that we have been taking over the years has amounted to an entire jar of fucking salt from the supermarket. You understand? Like, we can't take no more salts. Like, no more salt, please. Please, no more grains of salt. Okay? Listen, maybe like, outside of the PS Plus stuff from last week, maybe PlayStation has some other news, right? And they kind of like backed out of it or whatever the case may be. I don't know. All I know is a lot of these, and it's more specifically PlayStation insiders. The people that are, or PlayStation insiders, but people that are trying to divulge on PlayStation information on PlayStation, pretend like they know what's going on. It's mostly these people who, you know, their track record right now is not good. It is not good. It's in the shitter. You understand, when it comes to their track record with having accurate or near accurate information about what PlayStation is actually doing. PlayStation has really been keeping a lot of what they do tight-lipped, and they let us know what's going on when they have time. And oftentimes with a lot of these insiders, their information, you know, it's different. All right, so here's the thing. It would be different if some of the information that came out, especially stuff that pertained to acquisitions, it would be different if that stuff was even halfway true. Right? Or things that's going on with games and stuff like that. It would be like if they were at least somewhat true, like, or they got some of it right, then, you know, it would be a different story. For a lot of these people, their information is just outright wrong. It's just outright, it's wrong. And then some of the information that they quote unquote do get right is common sense stuff, right? If you're somebody that follows gaming news, if you're somebody that follows the industry very closely and you keep up with news and trends and stuff like that, certain things you yourself can predict, or certain things allow you to make somewhat of an educated guess, right? So for example, Housemarque and Bluepoint, right? Obviously Bluepoint, with the Bluepoint one, PlayStation leaked that themselves with their Japan Twitter account, which was too soon. So we really knew that was happening, right? Like we knew, right? It was just a matter of time before they confirmed that. But with Housemarque, again, it's a no-brainer because the relationship that they have and things like that. Like, it would be smart to think that PlayStation would snatch up somebody like Housemarque, especially given the amount of chances that they had, especially given the glow up that they have and whatnot and what they're trying to do. It makes sense. With the Deviation, Haven, and Housemarque, especially with Haven, again, this was a studio that PlayStation had their hand in from day one, right? And if you watched What's the PlayStation podcast a couple weeks ago, or if you watch us regularly, you would know that, you know, Bari, shout out to Bari, Bari had predicted that, you know, he thinks that Haven and Deviation and stuff like that, those studios that PlayStation definitely might scoop up in the future. And lo and behold, here we are now with the first one being confirmed of Haven. So is Bari an insider, or does Bari just pay attention to the news and the information and makes educated guesses based upon that? That's what a lot of this stuff is. And oftentimes with a lot of these quote unquote PlayStation insiders, a lot of that stuff is educated guess, right? It's not really them knowing it really anything. Because even with the acquisitions, people were saying that Bungie was going to get acquired by Microsoft. No one even knew that PlayStation was talking to them. So what type of insider are you? You get what I'm saying? The PlayStation Plus stuff, right? That one, I'm like, all right, you know, who was that broke? I think Schreier broke that, or was it Grubb? Jeff Grubb. I forget who first broke that. But I'll give them that. I'll throw them that bone with the PlayStation Plus stuff. I'll give them that. But most of the time, they're way off base. Even when it comes to the games, they're way off base. And so, like, yo, with this insider, see, the reason why this hurts me a little bit more is because Greg, shout out to Greg Miller, man, great dude. Greg, man, if you listen, you need to come through the What's Up PlayStation podcast with me and Bari, man. Come on through. We run a good show over there. Ask the people. Ask the people. Yo, shout out to you, Viper, man. He says, educated by who? My buttocks? Some of those guesses are way off. No, yeah, a lot. Yo, shout out to you, Viper. Appreciate you for the super chat. Yeah, some of the guesses definitely do be kind of off. Like, it's not even close. It's not even in the same ballpark. And then what'll happen is you see some of these insiders that'll say, oh, well, next time. Or see, some of the insiders, they got really smart. So what they do is they put out these tweets saying stuff, but not really saying nothing. So for example, they'll say, one of these pretend insiders will be like, yeah, so I'm hearing that, PlayStation has a big showcase planned really soon. I'm not sure which month, but I know it's coming really soon. There's gonna be a lot of great things there. I'm hearing this megaton level games and news coming out of this PlayStation showcase that PlayStation's having. It's gonna be real soon, guys. And it's like, anybody with eyes would tell, anybody with half a brain could tell you that PlayStation is definitely going to do a showcase this year, because if you look back at the past 2 years prior to this year, they have always done a showcase around the summer and around the fall. That's when they've done their 2 showcases. So, looking at the track record of that, right, it's safe to say that PlayStation has a showcase planned somewhere around spring, summer, and then obviously another one probably around fall, right before the holiday, and whatever the case may be. And that's common sense in my opinion. Like, and again, I think that's common sense for people who follow the news and keep up with trends and stuff like that within the gaming industry. It's common sense. You get what I'm saying? The times where, in my opinion at least, the times where I was truly surprised is when PlayStation has dropped something, right? Like, the state of plays that they do, or certain things that they're doing, I'm like, oh shit, I didn't think they were gonna do something like that. or even the stuff that they show at these showcases, right? People start making these showcase lists, and none of that stuff is, or next to none of that stuff is there. But then the stuff that PlayStation does show ends up being like high level banger stuff, like awesome stuff. It's like, oh wow, this is really dope. You get what I'm saying? So like, when it comes to these insiders, man, like I don't listen to them. But like I was saying, with shout out to Greg, I think the one with Greg hurts the most, because I ain't gonna cap, man. I believe that. I was like, yo, man, I believe, because it's Greg. Greg has a rapport. You get what I'm saying? Like within the industry, within the community, where I'm like, yo, if he's saying this, there's some validity here. Like I believe this 100%. You get what I'm saying? So I put a lot of faith in this week, or last week I should say. I put a lot of faith into last week, where I was like, yo, oh shit, yo, like I hope some crazy stuff drop outside of the PS Plus stuff, because again, after that first leak happened, we kind of knew, right? Like it's like, all right, it is what it is. Like it's dope. So when it didn't happen, I'm like, man, come on, man. Like this was the one time I actually let my guard down with this insider information bullshit, because it was Greg, and ain't nothing come of it. And I'm like, yo, what? You feel me? So that's why I'm just like, yo, Star Guardian, what's good, man? That's why I'm just like, yo, JP Local, what's up? When it comes to this insider stuff, man, a lot, I would say majority. Like if we had to put a percentage on it, I would say 95%. And I know that's a big number, but I mean, just look at the track record, right? I would say 95% of PlayStation insiders don't know anything. They speak very vaguely, and they only do that because it covers them if it does or does not happen. Because if PlayStation announces tomorrow that they have a showcase happening at the end of the month, see, I told you. It's like, no, you told us that something was going to happen soon. You didn't specify when. You could have said, this, it might be this month, might be next month, or it might be summer. I'm just hearing PlayStation's got a showcase and they're cooking and they're brewing, and big acquisitions is on the way and blah blah. I'm just like, bro, like what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell is going on here? So that's that's how I feel about the insiders right now. So I would definitely say 95% don't know anything. Yo, B Staples, what's good, bro? Caleb, man, appreciate you for the super chat. He says PlayStation didn't have a showcase last summer, which I believe we will have a dedicated PSVR 2 showcase this summer, but the PS5 showcase will again be in September. Didn't they do something over the summer? They had like it might not have been a showcase, but I remember them having some type of show where they showed off some games and stuff like that. I remember they had it might have been a state of play then, where they showed off quite a few games. I remember that. I remember we were talking about it last summer. I know they showed off something. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh yeah, Horizon State of Play, which I think that was in May. Horizon State of Play was in May. And then or June. It might have been June. I forget. I'm bad with time. Yo, Dips, what's good, by the way? Mary, how you feeling, Mary? Appreciate you coming through tonight. All right, so that's my whole thing with insiders. But let's get into the good stuff, man, because when it comes to you see the title, right? So the title, it reads Government Eyes Microsoft-Activision Merger. Zealots are not pleased. Now listen, guys, let me start by saying this, right? It's okay to have a preference. And I say this all the time. And the reason why I say this all the time is because oftentimes a lot of these people who claim to not have a preference, or not being, not care so much about these companies, or all that stuff that people love to say to absolve themselves of their behavior, right, on social media. Oftentimes you tend to see their name showing up quite a bit in a lot of this real radical fanboyish level behavior, right? Now listen, cracking jokes and all that stuff, obviously that comes with the territory, and I always think I've always maintained the position of that stuff is always great. It's always good to have a laugh, right? If you can't laugh at yourself type of ordeal, right? Which we know Will Smith can't. So, but that's one of the things where I always say, like, listen, it's okay to have a preference. It's okay to crack jokes here and there because we all do it, right? But it's when it becomes, but it's the radical behaviors and the blatant zealot behavior and whatnot that really takes things to the next level. Where it's like, for a lot of people who tend to say, oh yeah, console wars are toxic and immature, and I don't really, often, especially like, for us, like I remember with this whole PS Plus stuff, you got a lot of PlayStation guys saying like, we agree with Jim Ryan when he says that, PlayStation games can't go into a service day and date. One, because the quality would dip. A lot of things we've been saying prior to him even saying that, right? Because again, when it comes to PlayStation's quality, it's unmatched, right? When it comes to the industry, PlayStation's quality, in my opinion at least, obviously a lot of people may disagree, but PlayStation's quality, I think, is the industry standard when it comes to the level of quality that I think studios try to achieve when it comes to their games. Because no other studios really are matching PlayStation's quality. But that's not what this conversation is about. So, oftentimes you see people with this radical behavior or, caring too much about a company, right? When it's PlayStation, they say, oh, well, why do you care so much about a company who doesn't care about you? Why do you care so much? Why do the shit that they love to say? Why do you care so much about a company that doesn't care about you? Why are you spending your time white knighting or corporate shilling, corporate slave, whatever terminology you want to use? Oftentimes, these are the terminologies that people love to use to describe people who would defend a company that does not care about them, defend a company that does not pay them, or defend a company that does nothing for them. Right? Especially, when it comes to PlayStation dudes, they love to tout that moniker for a lot of PlayStation guys whenever they speak up in favor of something that a large majority on the other side might otherwise disagree. So let's talk about one of those times right now. So the government, the man, the government is looking at is pressuring. Well, let's do this the right way. Yo, RK, what's good? Ghostface, what is going on? Shout out to everybody in the chat. So shout out to Elizabeth Warren, by the way. So Elizabeth Warren says Activision has a history of unchecked workplace sexual misconduct and discrimination. If the merger with Microsoft happens, conditions for workers could get worse. And then she adds a bunch of Sanders, the White House, Cory Booker, FTC. So essentially she's calling for the FTC to closely. So U.S. senators pressure FTC to review Microsoft acquisition merger. And to kind of summarize, because the article, stupid Wall Street Journal, they want you to subscribe, man. I ain't subscribing to read. You want me to subscribe to read? Come on, cut the bullshit. The gist of it is that essentially one part of it is the fact of how large this deal is with Activision, with Microsoft, them joining forces, with it being such a large deal. Part of it is they feel like Bobby Kotick just gets away scot-free with a free payday, so to speak, or whatever the case may be, right? And then the other gist of it is that obviously what she said, she really actually summarized it pretty well in her tweet, where it's like the unchecked workplace sexual misconduct and whatnot that has been happening, or allegedly has been happening at Activision. She feels that might get lost in the sauce when it comes to merging with Microsoft, right? Because you got two massive corporations kind of just joining together, and although they say one thing, oftentimes another thing happens or things change up or whatever the case may be. So it's just, she's looking for it to be looked at much more closely, putting pressure on the FTC to really check in and make sure things is the way they need to be and whatnot, right? So, I first off, what's so funny about this and why I say karma is definitely real is because I remember a couple weeks back, or maybe a couple months ago, when the Activision deal first got announced. I remember a lot of people were making fun of some PlayStation person, somebody that preferred PlayStation, who had added, they tagged, was it Joe Biden? I forgot who they tagged, but they tagged one of the government officials and was like, stop this deal or please look into this or whatever. Which I ain't gonna lie, that shit was off the walls crazy, right? So and a lot of people were making fun of that or whatever the case may be. And listen, I'm not tagging no, like, real talk though, that was like hella extreme in my opinion, because I'm just like, yo, you really tagging the government to look into an acquisition? Like, what what? Yo, so that shit was funny as hell, right? But yeah, it was Joe Biden, right? Somebody tagged Joe Biden and said, "Mr. President, please stop this deal." Yo, Jan. Hey, yo, bro, that shit was funny, but I'm just like, yo, my man, it ain't that serious, bro. Like calm down, bro. You feel me? So, something like that, I'm like, all right. And I remember a lot of people was cooking this dude, or this person, I should say. They were cooking this person for saying that and doing that, right? But karma is a real thing. Yo, Guapzilla, what's up, bro? Karma is a real thing. You understand what I say? Karma is most definitely something that will always come back and bite you in the ass. You understand? Karma. Because lo and behold, here we are now with Elizabeth Warren and what she's saying and doing and what she's talking about. And scroll through the tweets, man. Scroll through the tweet. Scroll through the tweet, man. Scroll through this tweet and you're going to see a lot of people defending Microsoft, defending why this is a good merger, defending why this should happen, why this is best for why this is best for Activision, right? Microsoft was the #1 workplace. Activision needs new management. Microsoft is just the company to take over. Like, do you work there, bro? What the fuck? Yo, shout out to J-Dub. Look at this. This is extremely dishonest take. You know what? Activision is a toxic workplace, and that's documented. Though to suggest Microsoft would make matters worse is ridiculous at best. Microsoft is the top 10 place to work in the country. Do these people work at Microsoft? Do these people work at Microsoft? That's one. Two, imagine telling a senator, the audacity of these people. Imagine telling a senator, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know the law and how things work within the country better than I do. Don't run the company. Don't work at the company. You just love Xbox. I work for Microsoft for retail. I worked for Microsoft in the retail area, and they were fantastic to me for the most part. I believe by allowing Microsoft to call the shots upon full acquisition, things could get better for everyone. My mans, you don't work at Microsoft corporate. You don't work in these development studios that Microsoft has under their umbrella. Working at a fucking retail store, talking about, hey, hey, I work at the retail store selling the Xboxes. That means I think Microsoft is great. I think they know what they're talking about. Like, what? What the fuck? Like, yo, what? Hey, yo, stop playing, man. Microsoft was just ranked the #1 workplace in America. Please explain how it becomes worse. Again, people who do not work for Microsoft, have no type of ties to Microsoft, aren't in the rooms making the decisions, they don't work there. And they're trying to tell you why this deal should go through. Now, here's my question to the chat. Ladies and gentlemen of the chat, here's my question to you. Why do you think these people feel so strongly for the deal to go through? We know why. We know why. But I want somebody to tell me in the chat. Look at Tim Dog. Horrible take. What? Imagine telling a senator. Yo, this is how deep the fanboyism goes with a lot of these people. Imagine telling a senator a bad take. What? What? What are you talking about, bruh? Why is it a bad take? Yo, Mooch, what's good, bro? I'll tell you why they all feel so strongly about this. It's for brag. It's what I told Smooth on Sunday. Was it Saturday or Sunday? Let me look for that tweet. It's what I told Smooth. It's what I told Smooth. Let me see. BG. It was on BG's tweet. Let me see if I can find it. Was it on BG's tweet? I forget. Or it might have been Elizabeth Warren's tweet. Let me see. Cause Smooth was trying to tell me, oh yeah, you know, the misconduct and all, and I'm like, bro, listen. First off, the misconduct and all that has been allegedly happening at Activision and all that stuff is fucked up, right? And that stuff most definitely needs to be looked into and needs to be snuffed out, absolutely. Regardless if they get acquired or not. That stuff needs to be looked into and snuffed out, right? But see, here's my thing. A lot of people are using that as a bolster to their argument, as if, hey, look, you know, even though this company also has alleged misconducts and harassment claims and whatnot as well, we think they would be able to handle the situation better. Like, what the fuck are you talking? Like, how stupid do you sound, bruh? It just sounds stupid as fuck. A lot of people only want to have these comments, only want this deal to go through because of the bragging rights that come with having an acquisition of this size, right? That's the only reason. They're not going to tell you, right? For whatever reason, they're not going to tell you or admit it. Well, we know why they won't say nothing, because admitting that would also admit that they are radical fanboys. Because look at but see, here's the thing. Their actions already prove that. It already proves it. Right? So, and this is why I say, like, you know, everyone is always trying to get on their high horse, trying to outdo somebody else for not being a fan of something, or not being, you know, having this preference, or I'm not a fanboy, you're a fanboy. No, you're the fanboy. You're the toxic one. You're this, you're that. You know, everyone is always throwing that stuff around, but then when you look at everyone's actions, it's hard to tell who isn't the fanboy, who isn't the radical, who isn't the zealot, because the actions mimic each other so closely. Here we go, right here. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Shout out to BG, man. Good dude. Shout out to Smooth as well. Even though Smooth be saying stupid shit, Smooth still cool peoples, man. So BG quote tweet, he says, with these responses, I've seen the Xbox community been doing for free what Xbox pays lawyers millions to do. Couldn't be me. I agree, absolutely. He says the amount of cap, and I said the amount of capping in the tweets, and in the comments from the checkmark gang and the folks above fanboy stuff is hilarious. Because again, guys, when it comes to this game community, a lot of people like to tout this. I'm not a fanboy. I'm not this. I'm not that. I have a preference this, preference that. You know, but I play all consoles. I own everything. You know, what's that shit?
I'm a neutral. I'm a neutral.
That's what they love to tell you. I'm a neutral. I'm a neutral.
I'm a neutral.
I'm a neutral. I love everything. I love playing all games. I love this. I love that. I love gaming as well. But I still have my preference, which is PlayStation. Right? That's the difference. The difference is I can say I have my preference. I can admit when PlayStation has an L. I can also speak on their W's and L's. And I just go on and play games, man. I got the Switch. I got the Xbox. I got it all, bro. But the problem is that a lot of people, they use that as like a shield to absolve them from being looked at as a fanboy or a radical. But then their actions on social media prove otherwise. Shout out to Smooth though. So Smooth goes, I forgot y'all are longtime Democrats. Now listen, let me tell y'all something, right? Yo, when Smooth said this, I almost got out of character. I was gonna say something, but I was like, nah. Let me dial it back, man, because So I'm like, Smooth, stay on topic. You only care this much because of the bragging rights that come with an acquisition like this. Nah, I care because I want to play the games in Game Pass. I stopped buying COD again due to $70. Never been the biggest fan of Crash or Spyro to just buy them at release. Close the deal and I'm opening Xbox Game Pass. What does that shit has to do with Warren and Sanders? They got bigger fish to fry. Notice how now let's stop right there. Notice how the first thing he mentions is Game Pass and not the well-being and treatment of the developers at Activision Studios. Ladies and gentlemen, notice how the first thing he mentions is Game Pass and not the well-being and treatment of these developers at the studio. See, I can rest my case right there. Smooth just made this too easy for me. Smooth made this way too easy for me. Shout out to Smooth, man. That's my boy, man. I know Smooth for almost 10 years. A great dude. Smooth proved my point. All right, guys, wrap it up. We can just end the show here. We can end the show here. Because Smooth proved my fucking point. Because this is not just the point of Smooth, right? This is the point of everyone in this tweet. Everyone that's making excuses of why Microsoft is the best place to work because a fucking article told them so, how they would be able to handle the misconduct and all this other shit. It's not about the well-being of the developers. It's not about the well-being of Activision. It's not about them. It's about bragging rights. It's about being able to say that Microsoft owns Activision. It's about games going into Game Pass for $1. That's what all this bullshit really is about. Don't let the bullshit fool you, man. Don't let the smoke and mirror bullshit fool you, right? Because the fact that these people are even in a senator's comment section capping and making these bullshit excuses, it just speaks volumes to the level of radicality. Is that even a word? You know what? Let's look that up. Radicality. Let's look that up. Y'all know I like to learn. I love to learn. Ever since I was a little boy, I love to learn. Radicality. C-A-L-I-T-Y. Is that it? Oh, no, C. Radicality. It is a word. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, yo, your boy. Let's go. Radicality. So it is a word. The quality of state of being fundamental. Radicalism. So, its brother is radicalism. So, so radicality is a word. Let's go. Radicality is a word. Let's go. So, back to what I was saying, back on my soapbox real quick. So, no pun intended, Connor. So, a lot of the fact that these people are in Elizabeth Warren's tweet comment section making all these fucking excuses, making all these bullshit excuses, talking about how Microsoft can do better, how Microsoft will change the company, how Microsoft is going to make things better for them and they need this and this works out best for everybody. It's not about the best interest of the developer. It's not about the best interest of that. It's all for bragging rights, and do not let them fool you. It is all for bragging rights. They want to brag. They want to go on Twitter and say, ha, we could play COD for $1. Ha, we get all these games in Game Pass day and date. It's not about the alleged sexual misconduct and harassments and trying to unionize and all this other shit that Activision is trying to do, Activision Blizzard is trying to do. It's not about none of that. It's not about none of that. And the actions, again, guys, shout out to Batman. Batman Begins. It's not about your words, but the actions that define you. Your actions speak louder than your words. You can say a million things. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I'm this, I'm that, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that, blah 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 fucking blah all fucking day, but then your actions don't mimic or show that you really mean that. Your actions do not show that this is really what you're trying to do. Your actions do not show that you really just only care about gaming and ain't trying to be a corporate slave and shill for companies, but then your actions show that you and a senator's tweet shilling for a company. A company that you don't work for, a company that don't pay your bills, a company that don't do nothing that you do, a company that doesn't care about you. It doesn't care if you live or die. It doesn't care if you can even eat. It doesn't care if you can pay your bills. It doesn't care if your mom is sick, your dad is sick. It doesn't care if you're about to get put out on the street next month. All they care about is your money. All they care about is that you're making money. All they care about is that you're giving them your money. That's all they care about. Nothing more, nothing less. Just like they like to tell us. Just like they like to say, oh yeah, PlayStation doesn't care about you. PlayStation doesn't care about you, Persona. PlayStation doesn't care about you, Persona. Why do you try to speak up for PlayStation when PlayStation doesn't care about you? You're right, they don't care about me. The fact is, I know that. I know they don't give a fuck about me. I know PlayStation don't give a fuck if I live or die. They don't give a damn. But they do provide a service to me, and they provide a service to me quite well. And I want them to continue to do that. So I'm going to speak to that. But the difference is I can say that and not feel like, oh my God, I'm breaking some type of unbreakable rule, or whatever the case may be, or oh my God, my integrity is now destroyed because I just said that. Because I know who I am as a gamer. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. I know what I will and will not accept. I know my boundaries. I know what I love, and my hobby is gaming. The difference here is a lot of people. This is their truth. This is how they truly feel. Especially when it comes to Xbox. Especially when it comes to Microsoft. This deal going through for Microsoft means more than just it's more than just the games for a lot of people. It's more than just the games. It's more it's a morality builder, a morality booster. For a lot of them, it's like drinking a 5-hour energy. That's what this acquisition going through means to them. It's not about the games. It's not about the developers. It's not about the alleged misconduct and harassment that's been going. It's not about any of that. It's not about that. Even the ones that say it's about the games, it's not about the games. It's about bragging. That's all they care about, is bragging. Because they've told you themselves, we don't care about the companies. They've told you themselves when it comes to, when you speak out against, if you say that you like a service-based game or whatever the case may be, and a service-based game fails and the studio has to shut down or, whatever, they don't care about that. Oh yeah, they should have made this. They should have made that. Should have went to this console. Should have did this. They don't give a fuck about the people losing their jobs or nothing like that. So if they don't care about that, what makes you think they care about this? Bragging rights, ladies and gentlemen, bragging rights. That's all this. That's all this is about. Yo, Jeff, what's good? J Rowe, what's good, man? JP Local, what's up? Bragging rights. That's all this is. That's all this is bragging rights. Because again, shout out to Smooth. Smooth proved my argument 2 days ago. Smooth proved my argument 2 days ago. Ladies and gentlemen, Smooth proved my argument 2 days ago. This could have been a 5-minute show. I could have just showed you the screenshot of what me and Smooth said, our back and forth, and that could have been a good night. That could have been a show. Because the truth is, how Smooth feels is how a majority of the people feel. That's why they going this hard at Senator Warren. That's why they going this hard. That's why they going this hard. This is my favorite one here. This is my favorite. Hold on, let me get these super chats real quick. Yo, Viper, man, I appreciate you for the super chat. He says, and those be the same ones talking about Microsoft got trillions of dollars. Crazy, I know, right, Viper? Philip DVG, appreciate you for the super chat. Says, bots better stop before she dropped the gamer tag bill. Hey, yo, could you imagine the Senate passes, the House and the Senate pass a bill? It says, yo, in order to play games, or in order to talk on social media about gaming, you gotta show your gamer tag. You gotta have your gamer tag displayed. Yo, this shit would be a wasteland. Yo, King Kiso, man, I appreciate you for the super chat always, bro. He says, you preaching today. Let me add to the collection plate. Appreciate you, Kiso, always, man. Yo, GN Adon, I appreciate you, man. He says, Xbox clutching their Xbox pearls and the quote tweets talking about, but you can't say that. That's hurting my game. So we gonna look at the quote tweets. We gonna look at the quote tweets, GN. And it's Strictly. There go my bro Strick. Appreciate you always, Strick. He says, there are a lot of Skip Bayless types in the gaming community. Say stupid shit to gain a following. If they mean it or not, I don't know, but it's whack either way to me. Not getting in these debates with people who aren't genuine. That's what I'm saying, Strick. Absolutely. That's why I quit debating. That's why I quit debating. Like gaming. Like I rarely do it these days. And if I do it, it's really only with people that, you know, I truly rock with, you know. Like that day that I was in there with Uni and them. That was rare. That's why I was saying I was in rare form. Cause like, you know, this was way back in the day. I'd have been debating like, yeah, nah, this is not, you know, this and that. But a lot of people's logic just don't, a lot of people not speaking from experience, or they're not thinking analytically about things. It's more so, oftentimes, a lot of people tend to speak on things with their feelings and not necessarily with their brain. You know, they in their feelings about shit. So, you know, they come off whiny and not really making any sense. And it's just like, you know, logically and analytically, does that make sense what you're saying? Or is there any validity to what you're saying? Oftentimes there isn't. You feel me? And it's like, yo, listen, I go off logic and analytics. You feel me? The facts, data, and statistics. Because the facts, data, and statistics are so definitive. They're definitive. Like, that cannot be disputed, right? If you get a 90 on a test, and the teacher says, you know, you got 9 out of 10 of the questions correct, and you check back in your notes and you say, oh shit, I did get 9 out of 10 of the questions correct. Like, this is definitive. The facts from the book or whatever you use to study, it proves that is definitive. Like, that it can be tracked. It can be it's quantifiable. I'm using one of ECC's words. It's quantifiable. You know what I'm saying? Like, that cannot be disputed. But oftentimes especially in the gaming community, I think this happens most rampantly in the gaming community, but in other communities as well. But, you know, I see it a lot in the gaming community. A lot of people tend to lead with their feelings, lead with their emotions when it comes to giving their opinions, when it comes to speaking on things. And I'm just like, what are the facts? Can we get that first before we hear you whining on a mic for the fucking 2-3 hours? What are the facts? Can we get the facts first? Then hear you? Because again, it's what I was telling you. I think I was telling you guys about this last week, where I was saying context, right? Context is very important when it comes to a conversation, right? Because, you know, someone can say, oh yeah, man, I just hit something with my car. Did you hit a person? Did you hit a trash can? Did you hit an animal? Like, what did you hit? Oh, I hit a mailbox. Oh, all right. Well, it's not that big a deal. All right, whatever. Oh no, I hit a person. Oh shit, that's a big deal. Like, what did you know? You see how important context is to a conversation? Your tone changes. How you interpret things change. This is why I say when it comes to speaking on things, context, facts first, then your opinion. Give the people the facts first and then your opinion, because then that is when you can have the best conversation, because everyone is informed. If everyone is having a conversation based off just your opinion, it becomes skewed and people tend to parrot that stuff on social media and tend to this is how misinformation spreads, because they're only hearing what you say and they're taking what you say at face value, and you're not giving them the facts of where you're deriving your opinion from. So they can't make their own educated opinion on something because they're only going by your opinion and not the facts. What are the facts? Shout out to y'all in the chat, man. Shout out to y'all in the chat, man. Round of applause, man, everybody in the chat, man. I appreciate y'all. Here's a good one. Shout out to Destin, right? Destin the guy. Yo, do Destin work? Does he work for IGN? Because, like, yo, I've been noticing, like, the past couple months, Destin really been on his fanboy shit. Like, I'm just like, bro, dude, he's been real hands-on when it comes to, like, the community and stuff lately. Like, I've never really seen him this active in the community and this active speaking on a lot of this stuff, right? Yo, PS Rewind was good. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Walter, what's up, man? Samarosan, what's good? So I was just like, I just been seeing Destin so much, like, commenting on, like, fanboy shit. I'm just like, bro, do you still work for IGN? Like, is there, like, why are you commenting on it? Like, I don't know. It just comes off crazy. But Destin says, so you're just gonna ignore all those Activision employees who publicly said they are excited about this being the change they needed. Hey, Warren. Now, why do you think Destin why do you think he's so strongly about that? Outside of the employee, I'm sure there are a number of Activision employees who are probably happy about this, right? You know, I'm sure there are. I'm not going to dispute that. But why do you think he felt compelled? Because here's my thing. I love to know why I love to know the thought process behind why people do what they do or say what they say with certain things. That stuff fascinates me, right? I'm very fascinated by that. I would love to know what was his thought process while typing this out and quote tweeting a senator and using Activision employees as his argument for why this deal needs to go through. You notice how a lot of these Xbox dudes are trying to make Microsoft like the savior of the gaming industry? Y'all been noticing that lately? I've been noticing that quite a bit lately. Like the savior, like only Microsoft can save the industry type of shit. I'm just like, really? Only Microsoft? I want to go through the quote tweets real quick though. I want to see the quote tweets. What do the quote tweets say? It looks like the only thing PlayStation is acquiring are senators. Who the fuck asked you? What a bunch of idiots that think this is a bad thing. Oi, these people need to focus on more important things that they understand, like making sure the people in their states are happy. Yo, you know what's so funny? Here's the funny thing about a lot of these people too. Part of the government's job is to also impose regulations on companies to make sure those rules are followed. So realistically speaking, especially since Microsoft is an American company, and I think Activision is as well, wouldn't the dealings of this be the government's business because they're American? It's America. Like anything that goes on in America is the government's business, right? Am I right or wrong with that? Like anything of this caliber, right? It's the government's business. Things that may change the landscape of an ecosystem or the stock market and shit, is that not the government's business? Hey yo. Hey yo. Is that not, I'm being serious. Is that not the government's business? Anything that could affect the stock market and all this other shit, and then it's American companies, isn't that the government's business? Hey, yo, I'm telling you, it's a sickness. Look at all this, man. Where was the one I saw early this morning? Still waiting for a coherent response on why I think it's this one. Still waiting for a coherent response as to why a sitting senator is making baseless attacks on an American corporation, which is a direct attack on American citizens. Still wondering why a Chinese. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, bro. These dudes are not wrapped too tight. The man said a baseless attack on an American corporation, which is a direct attack on American citizens. What? An attack on American citizens. Woo-wee. Oh my God. There was another one that I saw. Yo, shout out to Pharaoh. This is actually a good point. I'm shocked with all those allegations Xbox even bothered buying them. The timing was awful, but here we are. Yeah, I'm actually surprised at that as well, Pharaoh. Shout out to Soapbox. Shout out to Connor. He says, the replies really speak volumes. Let me retweet that. The replies really speak volumes to just how deranged console brands have made fans. It's like I can almost smell their brains rotting from reading these tweets. This tweet. A corporation is a corporation regardless of the console they make. Realize that and stop defending and bootlicking. Yo, listen, man. Let's talk about that for a second. Shout out to Connor. Let's talk about that for a second. Because he's right. The radicals. And I think this plays into something I was talking about a long time ago, where I was saying I think there's a lot of people who come into the gaming space and they project, right? Where a lot of people probably don't have the best of lives in real life, so they tend to project a lot of that on social media. But I also think the other side of it is a lot of people use gaming as a way to mask their biases and hatred and whatnot that they harbor, albeit towards an ethnic group, towards, you know, all types of things, a company, whatever, you know. Oftentimes people hide behind the guise of gaming to do such things. And it's disgusting. It's crazy, man. You know, like, again, you have people saying they care about this because they want the games to go into Game Pass. That's why so many people, like, and that's why I'm telling you, that's why a lot of people feel so strongly about it, because of that. They want the games to go into Game Pass. That's what matters. Like, that's what Game Pass got people doing. Harassing senators about some console war shit, all in the name of Game Pass. Kevin Green, what's up? Jesus Christ. Yo, look at this one. You're an idiot with a typical agenda. Yikes. Yikes. Again, guys. These are people who are above the console war. These are people who look at console fanboyism as toxic and distasteful. These are the examples. Again, it's your actions, it's not your words. No one cares what you say if your actions don't match that.
Persona, I have to disagree. I have to disagree, Mr. Persona. I've been sitting here listening to you for the past hour, and I am disgusted. I'm disgusted at the fact that you would speak this way. I'm disgusted that you would speak this way, Mr. Persona. Here's the thing you need to understand, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna speak now. Persona's not gonna speak. I took the mic from Persona. I'm gonna speak now, okay? And here's the things that I have to say, okay? Xbox is, Game Pass is, it's the future. Just like I always try to say on What's Up PlayStation podcast, but they always trying to interrupt me. They're not going to interrupt me today, okay? I'm going to have my time to speak. And here's the thing that you all need to understand, right? Because I've been reading the chat, and I see the chat, okay? And I see how you PlayStation fanboys are trying to use this and try to make it look like Xbox fans are radicals and zealots. Well, you're wrong, okay? We're not radicals, and we're not zealots, okay? What you're seeing here is passion, okay? Our love and our love for Microsoft and for Phil Spencer and for Game Pass, it exceeds the console, okay, ladies and gentlemen? What you're seeing here is us wanting to see a company continue to thrive and be great, okay? Elizabeth Warren, Senator Warren needs to understand that Microsoft is trying to change the industry. Microsoft is trying to make gaming better for all of us. And here you PlayStation fanboys are trying to stop greatness from happening. This is not right. This is not right. Microsoft is the future, okay? As soon as you PlayStation fanboys get it through your thick skulls that Microsoft is trying to make gaming better for all of us, and you all are trying to stop that from happening. The acquisition is going to make things better. It's going to make things better, and you guys are stopping greatness from happening. Why wouldn't you want this to happen?
Okay. So, Mr. Gaming Politician, I'm gonna ask you a question. I think Bar has asked you this question before, but I'll ask it again. Do you play any of Activision's games? And if so, what games are those?
That's a bad faith question. Next question.
Ah, there it is. There it is. So why would this acquisition go through? Why would this be so great? How does this benefit? Because we know how it benefits the Xbox side of gamers, but how does this benefit developers and everyone overall? How does this benefit them?
Like I said, Microsoft knows how to handle alleged misconduct issues. Microsoft is a trillion-dollar company who is best equipped to handle these situations. These developers, being under Microsoft, they will get strong leadership and will be able to work at an effective rate, Mr. Persona. They will be able to do their job so much better and so much more comfortably being under Microsoft because Microsoft knows how to manage their studios.
Well, hold on. What about the initiative? What about Playground Games not knowing how to make RPGs? What about Halo Infinite 343? You know, what about the State of Decay devs, Undead Labs, and their situation and their issues? What about Rare and their Everwild situation, not knowing what the game is, what the fuck going on there? What about all of these studios that seem to be having a lot of issues based off what we've been seeing over the past couple of years? What about that?
Well, see, that's the past. Microsoft has learned from their mistakes, and when they get Activision under their umbrella, they will be better for it.
You didn't really answer my question. And didn't the initiative stuff just happen like 2-3 weeks ago?
Yes, but Microsoft is now better for it, Persona. This is what I'm trying to tell you. In your chat, with the PlayStation fanboys in your chat, they won't listen to reason. The fact of the matter is that Activision being under Microsoft is better for all of us. Don't you want Bobby Kotick out? Don't you want all these crazy people that's running this stuff out right now?
Oh, absolutely. Listen, I want Activision to change for the better and whatnot, but I don't know if Microsoft is really equipped to do that. And honestly, I think a lot of the Xbox crowd only really cares about the acquisition for bragging rights and for Game Pass numbers. You know, I just think that's what this is, right? And to be honest, you're coming off a little radical and fanboyish.
I'm not a fanboy, Mr. Persona. I am the gaming politician. I speak for the people. I speak for the gaming community. The gaming community looks up to me for my word. I am the gaming politician. I am a man of honor and integrity. Mr. Persona, I am a man of the people. Mr. Persona, don't you dare call me a fanboy. I'm not a fanboy. I am the gaming politician.
Whoa. I think that's enough of the gaming politician. I think he's a little angry. He's a little angry I called him a fanboy. And a radical. Let's leave Mr. Politician alone for a little bit. He's a little angry. He's walking back and forth and slapping his fist. Oh boy, he needs a Snickers. I agree, Gian. He needs a Snickers. Yeah, man, I gotta tie him up, man. He's a little angry right now. I don't know why he's so angry. Like, jeez, bro, he's so angry. Oh boy. I want to hear y'all thoughts, man. Y'all come through to the Discord. Oh yeah, okay, so he definitely stood up. He angry. He's angry at that one. Oh, yo, Brat, man, appreciate you for the super chat, bro. He says some really bad takes from misinformed individuals who didn't bother researching the matter at hand. That's a fact, Brat. A lot of people are just running with their feelings on this one, honestly. And it shows. Again, it's all about actions. It's all about your actions, and the actions show that a lot of you are radical. All right. You pin that. What up?
Yeah, shout out to you. This is so entertaining, but it's also eye-opening. It's at the same time.
Yeah, I try to entertain and make it.
Do you know
make
what's
it fun.
crazy thing about this?
What's
These are grown-up people for the most part that have went to school, that have maybe graduated, work, and
They got wives. They got wives and kids. You know, it's all of that.
It's genuinely awestruck in the most negative way. I thought comparing packages was the lowest that was for console war, but this
comparing what you said, packages?
Packages.
Oh,
if you don't hear me correctly, so I go to my laptop. I'm now on my phone.
Yeah, you kind of cutting in and out a little bit.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to my laptop. Give me
Okay.
a second.
Okay, cool. Yo, Gamer Night, what's up, man? Yo, Sticks, what's up, man?
Hello.
Yeah.
What's going on? I mean, can y'all hear me? I
Can
know.
you hear me?
Yeah. I hear you guys. How's it going?
Fine.
That's what's up. Gamer Night, what you saying?
I was just seeing if you could hear me.
Yeah, I hear you. What's going on, man? What do you want to say to the people?
I'm saying I owned Activision stock way before this acquisition was ever announced, and then I had voting power on this thing, so I voted this merger down.
You did?
Yeah.
We appreciate your contribution.
I actually got an email from the place I hold my stocks at, and they said, well, you have power to vote over this, and it was the merger, so I voted it down.
My man.
Donald.
There you go. Stop that merge. Yo, shout out to you, Gamer Night. Yo. Yo, Sticks, man, what's going on with you, bro? Talk to us. Give me a thought.
Man, these Xbox, you know what I'm saying? I just don't know, man. I agree with everything you're saying. I really don't have too much to add. It's just kind of insane to me how these men operate, or these, like I said in a tweet, like, I don't know, 2 years ago, that the Xbox were like the MAGA of gaming. You know what I'm saying? Like, they believe in a bunch of fictional stuff, and they're extremists. And at this point, it does seem like they will post up in front of the Capitol for Game Pass. Like, in this, it's like they would never say nothing about the gas price, right? But $70 games is a true injustice. They don't care about the war, but let you have to pay for a video game. These niggas will burn down the whole economy. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I said, like, you know, stuff like this is really it shows like that again, like through actions, right? You know, everyone can say what they want, and I know I keep repeating myself and saying that, but it's very important, I think, especially when it comes to the type of stuff that you tend to ingest, right? In terms of content, or in terms of, like, you know, people you because this kind of goes back to what I was saying about gatekeeping your gaming circles, right? Because when it comes to your gaming circle, essentially, you know, if y'all always rocking together and stuff like that, then you want to make sure that the people that you have around you aren't putting that type of negative energy or having that type of negative attention on you because of how they act. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, oftentimes with stuff like this, when you look through the comment section with this stuff, you know, a lot of times people tend to say, again, toxic, you know, console wars are toxic, you know, laughing at, you know, this, that, and the third for what they do. But then when you scroll through their timeline, or when you look at the actions of how they are, you know, it's hard to differentiate between the people they're talking about and themselves. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing about it is like a leadership kind of thing, right? Like, I guess there are a few ponies that troll, right? Like myself, WAP, JW, shit like that. But even so, we don't really have like massive followers if you compare us to even like the smallest troll account for Xbox, like Xbox News or Gandalf or any of that. So, and then when you look through the comments of that Elizabeth Warren thing, you see all of the big pages in there. You know what I'm saying? And they're all going to war. So it's really like, this is where they get their marching orders from. I don't know if it comes directly from Microsoft, but to some extent, it's got to, right? Because some of these people are on a payroll. But it's just very strange to watch how these influencers really influence these people.
Yeah. Well, it's something that I've said before about how social media is, where, you know, again, a lot of people tend to take things at face value, depending on who's saying it, because of the status that they hold within social media, right? That's how a lot of misinformation gets spread. You know, a couple weeks ago, we were talking about, you know, Tom Warren, and how, you know, instead of him owning up to his mistakes, he just deleted it and that like it never happened. And then when somebody pointed it out, he proceeded to, you know, say it's because of people like them. And by them, I think he meant, you know, fanboys or that toxic crowd who would make a big deal out of it. So that's why he deleted it. But then when you look at what the tweet is, it's blatant misinformation, and it's clear he never fact checked any of it. So what he's doing is looked at as, you know, just an honest mistake. But what the person who's retweeting him and is showing his mistakes, what she's doing is negative and toxic. How does that work? You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's what's happening, especially in the gaming community, is that you got a lot of people who gain followings, right? But the information that they're giving to their followers, it's not really accurate information. And that's why, you know, misinformation spreads like wildfire, and you get a lot of stupid people just running around social media parroting shit. And it's like, no, this is what the facts are. This is why I say, you know, you can give me your opinion. You know, I definitely want to hear your opinion, but what are the facts? Can we start there? because context is very important. We need to know why you arrived to this opinion, and the only way we can know that is if you provide us the facts of where you got this information.
Right, and most of those facts still are attached to data of some kind. And one of the facts that we know is that Xbox does not provide any damn data, so gross speculation 99% of the time.
Yeah.
But has Tom Warren gotten worse? Because this motherfucker, I swear to God, all he does is propaganda now. Like, he used to give a little bit of info, but now he just seems like a fanboy with a blue check.
I don't know. I have noticed that a lot of people have been a lot more like blue check mark people have been much more vocal on what they would deem fanboy topics or issues. I have been seeing a lot more of them be more vocal and more involved in the community in that regard. And I've been seeing this for a couple of weeks now, but I've always wondered, like, you know, why are you this involved, especially involved in something that you deem as toxic or that you deem as beneath you. You get what I'm saying? I always found that weird. You know, the king doesn't come down, you know,
Argue with peasants.
Yeah, it doesn't argue, quote unquote, with peasants, right? As they like to perceive, but you know, who knows?
Well, they on peasant box, so I guess it would be we kings don't argue with
Absolutely.
those peasants. But here we are.
Absolutely, exactly.
No,
But go ahead, Omar, I know you wanted to say something. Go ahead.
was it always like again? I say new because I've only been here what 2 years, 3 years, something like that, 4 years. I say new because I never knew this concept exists of console warring to this extent. Was it like, I know you had your console talk and back in the heyday on Facebook. Was this always to this level out of touch, out of reality?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's one of those things because, you know, even though we're speaking on something that involves Xbox and Microsoft right now, every community of people, or I should say every console has its zealots and its radicals, right? This isn't a mutually exclusive thing to just Microsoft. I do want to, no, I know I'm saying that, but I just want to preface. I just want to preface that because I know that a lot of people, you know, when they listen to my show, they tend to misconstrue and think, oh, well, you know, this is only about Microsoft. And I'm like, yeah, this specific show, yes, but the concept and the topic is general, right? Unfortunately, Microsoft just has to be the example, or the fans of that console have to be the example. You know what I'm saying? There's examples of this on PlayStation, Nintendo, PC, you know, of just zealots and extremists moving and acting the way that they do. What makes this such a big deal, though, is the fact that, again, people's actions, they're not matching up with the words of what the words aren't matching up with their actions. And so that's why this is something where I'm just like, you know, karma and how people act is always going to come to light. You're always going to see, you know, all the times, like if you're dating a woman, you're going on a date with somebody, you know, like the first 2 or 3 dates, you meeting their representative, you feel me? You know, then, you know, you get with her like 6 months down the line, y'all still together, and, you know, y'all farting in the bed while y'all sleeping, all this crazy shit, you know? It's like, that's who they really are. What you seeing on those first couple dates is their representative. And I use that analogy to bring it within gaming, where it's like, oftentimes a lot of people, because of social media, people can be and act the way they want because it's social media. Like, you know, I could say I'm 50 feet tall and, you know, I carry buildings on my back, you feel me? Like, who, you know, there is no proof. I can say that and it could be true. On social media, people can be whoever they want. The problem is that you have a lot of people trying to be righteous who aren't righteous by nature. You have people who are trying to be nice or trying to be this moral, upright person, but their actions, either past or now, do not exhibit such a behavior. So what happens is, every now and then, that true nature of who they are slips out, right? That's why, you know, I don't go around saying like, I'm a nice guy. No, bro, unless I'm cordial, you know what I'm saying? But I'm an asshole. You know, I'm not a nice person. I try to be, right? But I'm not always, right? People tend to try to be this goody, I love all consoles, I love gaming type of persona, right? No pun intended. But in reality, their actions do not show such a behavior. Where's your gameplay? Where where's the things that gamers love to do? You know what I'm saying? You're against the console war stuff. Why are you in this tweet? Why are you making tweets about console-like behavior? Why are you in this show doing this? Why are you in under this tweet talking this, doing that? Because this is who you truly are. But the problem is that's okay. No one thinks less of you for it. It's the fact that you think less of you for it because you don't agree with it, but it's who you are. And you're scared to be who you are. And what that is a radical zealot fanboy. GM, what's good, bro?
Yo, what's good, Persona? Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's good, man? Appreciate you coming
Yo,
through. Shout out to GM, man. That's my boy.
What's up? I just wanted to ask, Persona, you know how Game Pass gives you all these little benefits for being a member?
Mm-hmm.
Does Game Pass come with a political science degree? Does it get you a degree from Phoenix University? Does it turn you into a political pundit overnight for $5?
It might. I say this. It turned them into console engineers back in 2020. They were talking about RDNA and VHS and all this bullshit. So it might be a couple of degrees you get from having Game Pass. I don't know. You feel me? Because
well, John, to answer your question, you can get a degree from the University of Phoenix with Xbox Reward Points. Only from University of Phoenix.
Oh, okay. Because it's just funny that a lot of the guys that were in those quote tweets talking about how this is a very politically motivated move and very bad move for Elizabeth Warren to make are always the same people that are like, I don't want politics on my timeline. I just want gaming. I just want to keep it gaming. But then they'll turn around and then engage in the foolishness as soon as it's available on the timeline. So it's just like,
yeah,
what kind of energy are you actually trying to portray out to the people? Are you, like you said, they just don't want to accept the reality that they are what they tout they're against.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like that's exactly what it is, and it's just like, yo, accept who you are, man. You know, like
well,
it's okay to have a
because
preference.
maybe they weren't always like this. You know what I'm saying? I seen in the comments it was Jesus. He said, Xbots are. I mean, he said Microsoft is Jada and the Xbots are Will. And I agree with you. They believe in lies. They'll accept anything as long as they can protect them. So just like Will Smith after 20 years. He's the nice guy, you know what I'm saying? After being so generous and so giving, they're tired of being a meme, just like Will. You feel me? And now they're ready to slap the shit out of anybody. Like, keep my console name out your fucking mouth. You know what I'm saying? Because they're tired of hearing us talk shit about their precious box.
Mm-hmm.
But
well,
fuck it, it's real.
Well, that's why I said that, when it comes to the Activision acquisition, it's more than gaming, right? For a lot of people and a lot of people that prefer Xbox, it's bigger than gaming when it comes to that acquisition. It's about the bragging rights, right? It's a moral booster for them to have something of this caliber under their belt, with the most popular FPS franchise, right? One of the most iconic characters, Crash, under their belt. One of the most successful MMOs with WoW. One of the most successful mobile games with Candy Crush. To have all of that under Microsoft's belt, for them, excuse me, I'm so sorry. For them, it's a moral booster. That's why they're so adamant about this happening. Because even at the Game Pass level, yeah, they're getting the games in Game Pass. That stuff is exciting as well. That's a big part of it. But for them, they care about Microsoft and the business so much that this happening would make them legit happy. Legit.
It's the equivalent of having a weak dick game. Nice job.
Oh my God.
You know what? I can't satisfy her, but I can take care of her. And that's the Xbox. That's what they want. They just want a little dove. I don't care. Bye, daddy.
Hey, yo, Mookie, appreciate you for subbing to the channel. I hope you enjoy the content. Yeah, I think, it's definitely one of those things. But GM, what's your thoughts on all this, man? That's happening. You know, let's get your thoughts.
Pretty much what you guys already covered. Just that, just people making a mountain out of a molehill. When I think some people in the quote tweets mentioned that like what Elizabeth Warren was asking for isn't something that the Federal Trade Commission really goes over. They just kind of make sure that companies are not trying to abuse their customers with ridiculously priced products or products that don't work. They're just, that's more so like the labor department would actually be the one that they would have to like get to cover any issues with the workforce, and that's the proper way to like go about it. But yelling at a senator in her quote tweets and saying that she's the demon spawn of America and like getting all your political anger out on the timeline isn't the way to really go about like trying to make sure that this merger goes through for a company that you really don't even play the games for. You don't post in a Warzone dubs. You don't stream playing Crash Bandicoot. You don't express any excitement for any of the IPs, but you're out here console warring like you're on the front lines and gonna get a paycheck from Microsoft. It's just foolishness.
Yeah.
Well, they do have Crash in their avatar.
You right about that.
Yo, Link, what's good, bro?
Oh, what's up? What's up? I just got off work, man. I don't even know what we talking about.
We talking about that whole Elizabeth Warren stuff.
Oh yeah, those mentally ill people that was making comments about her tweet.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't get it. I mean, these people are doing all this pro bono work for a company they don't own or work for. It just doesn't make any sense to me. This is a big acquisition, and it's going to be scrutinized. So let the people whose job it is to look at these type of things do their jobs. Like, it shouldn't be more than that. It's big business. Even if you're a fan of Xbox, I don't see how this is getting upset about something like this. Just really is just strange. I don't understand it.
I have a question for you, Link. Do you think from the actions that you've seen over the weekend with this whole Senator Warren tweet and how a lot of people have been acting within the quote tweets and in the comments of her tweet, would you say that this is corporate slave behavior? Corporate shill. Let me rephrase. Would you say this is corporate shill? Because slave is a little harsh. Would you say this is corporate shill behavior?
Definitely corporate shill behavior, and these people need help. They have too much invested in these corporations. Well, nothing monetary invested, but too much emotional investment into these corporations, and it's sickening.
I hear you. Is that?
I've argued with a lot of Xbox, okay, and a lot of them say
you cutting up real. Damn. Hold on, Sticks, you cutting out really bad. Like, you cutting up really bad. Is there a way you can fix your mic and whatnot?
All right, hold up. All right. Might just be the wind. Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
I said I've argued with a lot of Xbox in my time, and a lot of them would claim to have some Microsoft stock. A, do you believe them? And B, if they have Microsoft stock, is it okay for them to behave this way?
It's a good question.
No, it's not.
I don't believe they have stock.
It's a real simple question.
Shout out to Sick. Go ahead, bro. I'm gonna let you answer that. Go ahead.
It's a real simple question. If they really do have stocks, then that doesn't put you in a position to act that particular way, because Microsoft is already doing good. It's not like Microsoft is a failing company. Microsoft stock is going up every freaking day. It fluctuates just like everything else, but it's always on the uptick. You know what I'm saying? So no, why would the stock price make you want to do that? Because Xbox isn't even a big enough portion of Microsoft to affect the stocks.
No, I don't think it's a stock thing, because if stock thing, both the humor
It
and
really
the
it
pure
isn't.
would
Yeah.
have rage hell about it.
I got stock in Microsoft.
I know. This is what I said. If it was a stock thing, you would have been up in arm about that.
No,
Well, you're not an
no,
Xbox.
no.
I don't expect you to just come here and lie, Sid.
No. But I think you missed the point, though. I think you missed the point, though. What I'm saying is that Microsoft stock is always on the uptick. Xbox is not a big enough reason for you to get up in arms at all, because it doesn't make it's not even really reported like that. That's the crazy part about it. So them, doing what they do over this Activision shit, it's not like it's gonna have an effect on their stock anyway. So it's like, it's no excuse for it. My thing is, the same shit happened with Sony with Funimation.
People are weird.
They went to go buy Funimation, and they got scrutinized to hell. The deal almost didn't even go through. It took like a year for that shit to actually fucking go through. So I don't think there's anything for them to be worried about. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure, because what they're worried about isn't even anything related to a monopoly. They're worried about the sexual misconduct and this nigga getting paid after he done, let all this shit slide.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you expect it to go through?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. I think it's gonna go through. Yeah. I don't think it's not gonna go through. It might take a little bit longer, right? But we still got like a whole year before the deal finalizes.
How it's gonna get through it by him not getting any cent. I think that
he's gonna get something.
He's gonna still get a payout because he owns a majority share of the company. So he's gonna unfortunately he's gonna get payout. He's gonna get a payout.
He's not gonna get it through himself though. See, the way they're gonna trick the system on this is he gonna have that shit go into a shell account, and it's gonna be for a company that he fucking owns, but they're not gonna be able to trace that company back to him. To appease the masses and the bleeding fucking hearts, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, we're not gonna pay this nigga nothing, but he gonna get that money.
Yeah. King Busaki said the studio acquisition actually is having a negative effect on their stocks at the moment. Well, it's funny you say that, right? I haven't really been paying attention to Activision or Microsoft stock as of late. But when it comes to, remember that day like the stock went down from PlayStation and the stock was super high for Activision and Microsoft and all this other shit?
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people were making
50%, right?
No, they lost 20%. But a lot of people were making a big deal about that, right? And what's funny is I remember I was saying that, when it in six, I know Sick could back me here. Stocks, when business of that caliber happens, money's gonna move. Money's gonna move in the market, like major, because people are shifting assets and things around. So if nothing would have happened in the stock market, that's when I would have been worried. Like, why is nothing happening? That's what's supposed to happen. But stocks fluctuate like that all the time.
But that's not the reason why it fluctuated. There's a lot of shit going on in the world where the actual Dow itself is down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where the S&P is down. Like, it's not just gaming, bro. It's motherfuckers stay focused on the wrong shit, dog. Gaming ain't everything, bro. There's other shit outside of gaming that affects what happens within gaming, believe it or not.
I do think this deal specifically with the Microsoft and Activision acquisition and news when it first hit, I do think this deal did impact PlayStation stock in that or Sony stock in that degree because of how it happened. I do think it played a part in that.
So if that is okay, I'll give you that. I can't really argue that. As I said it in my head, I'm like, well, yeah. But again, I don't get it, right? Like, I don't understand it. Like, in this instance, the people that are angry, I'm trying to figure out, what are they angry about? What are you angry about?
I said this earlier, Sick. What they're angry about is the fact that.
Yeah, I heard you.
Oh, yeah.
I've
Oh,
been here
sorry.
the
Yeah,
whole
I ain't even.
time I've been playing GTA, bro.
All right, my fault. I ain't even gonna repeat myself. You know. Go ahead.
Yeah. So again, I don't understand what they're angry about. Like, I get it from a fanboy perspective, but come on, dog. You doing too much free work out here, dog. I thought Game Pass was the bee's knees and it didn't need anything else, bro. So now you telling me that without this, Game Pass is gonna look less appealing?
Yep.
I mean, what are we saying here? So is it good? Is it successful? Does it have a variety of fucking games for you to play? Is it the Netflix of gaming, or isn't it? Because at this point, we now have to start, coming to the realization that this shit ain't what it is. And they know this. They understand this. They get it. Look at their reactions. Their reactions say it all. Their reactions say it all. Dude, if I have this gaming service that is the shit and getting all of these games day and date, because they get all Microsoft first party games, and we know Microsoft put out a shit ton of first party games, right? They get that day and date. If that is the case, then why are you so worried about Activision? Why is Activision so important for this service if the service is already great and miles ahead of any other service? So now all those lies you've been saying, now the chickens is coming home to roost.
I could go for some chicken too.
The Game Pass is actually EBT, you know what I'm saying? It's not really the buffet they thought it was. But in this case, they were about to get a hot added to the pizza. Now they're telling you, oh, no hot food.
You're not, Sticks, you're not on Wi-Fi, are you?
Hell no, I'm not on Wi-Fi.
I can tell LTE, nigga. He on 2G. Fuck that. He is on 2G right now.
I can
he
tell.
Got a flip phone.
I can tell how you keep cutting, like your voice get real staticky when you start talking. We gotta finish.
Well, I do have a flip phone, bro, but it's it's Galaxy.
I don't want to add fuel to the fire, but apparently PlayStation big acquisition announcement is not too far away and doesn't fall under US jurisdiction. Sources tell PSO. I don't know what PSO is, but okay.
Who said that?
Let me tell you something. Here's the problem with that statement. A lot of these Japanese companies have American arms or European arms.
Yep.
Somebody's fucking lying.
I was gonna say, yeah, like even if they were to acquire like a Square has a ton of American and European companies as well under their umbrella. So
but the
there
main
was still
no,
that doesn't matter.
Ask yourself this
there
question.
still are American and other territory regulations that need to be followed in order for something like that to go through. Unless Square says we're selling off that division and going with PlayStation with just the Japanese division or something like that.
Not even then.
They wouldn't do
not
that,
even then. Not even then. Imagine this, right? You want to sell a product in my American market, but you don't want me to have a say in how this shit is obtained, acquired, whatever the case is. That's not gonna fucking happen. That's the same reason why even with this Activision deal, the European Union still got a say in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's bigger than what these people. That's why I don't listen to any of these rumors, dog. That's why I haven't been compelled to make a video, because all of this is coming from people who don't know shit.
Yeah. I would argue that someone like Greg Miller. I would argue that someone like Greg Miller is in the know. It's just you have the PlayStation or even other companies have a habit of when something gets leaked, they postpone it to a later date. Look, for example, when the leak happened for Horizon Zero Dawn going to PC. No one believes that until it was leaked by a Russian person on YouTube.
But Omar, this is the thing. There's levels to this, right? And what I mean by that is, you know, as much as I would love for PlayStation to buy Capcom, Square, or whoever, you know, well, Capcom and Square specifically, I really don't give a fuck about these other publishers, but that's besides the point. There's levels to this, right? When it comes to acquisition talks, only people that's in the rooms are the execs, the C levels, right? There is no assembly line or a director of like this department in those type of conversations, or in those on the phones, or in those Zoom meetings, or in the boardroom. No, it's the people that make the big boy decisions that affect an entire company that's in there having those conversations. That's why I said, you know, I used the example of when people were saying that Bungie was getting acquired by Microsoft. We see how that turned out. You know what I'm saying? No one truly knows who's getting acquired until it happens, right? Because no one knew about Activision. Nobody knew about Bethesda. It just happened. No one knew about Bungie with PlayStation. It just happened.
If a deal already happened and they have yet to announce it, can it not leak?
No.
Okay.
Because the reason why I say I believe it. I mean, let me not say no definitively, because it possibly could, but the amount of people that know that type of information is so small that it's easy to pick out who it is leaking that shit.
Like I said, if that shit come from that nigga Jason Schreier, it's official. It's official. I'm gonna say it like this because I've been watching a ton of his fucking predictions and shit that he talks about, and he is absolutely spot on. That PlayStation Plus, whatever, he was spot on with that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
was he
saying?
the first one, or was it Jeff Grubb?
No, it was him, Schreier.
Oh, it was him. Okay.
No. He had actual intimate details about it.
What do you mean?
He had details about it. It wasn't just, oh, this is happening. He's like, oh, this is happening, and this is what it's gonna offer. This, and this. And it was all right.
It was exactly what he said it would be.
But just to add some gasoline to this rumor, does Konami have holdings inside of any other countries, and does Sega have holdings in other countries like Atlas?
Yes.
Sega. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Sega
let's get to
does,
that.
because Atlas is I mean, not Atlas.
Sega of America, bro.
Yeah, Sega of America. Well, I mean that.
Well,
I
then
don't
Sega
know.
of
I don't know
America
because
just crash and burn. I don't know what the hell they be doing now.
well, no, I was gonna
outside
say
of maybe
Sega of
distributed
America.
stuff.
They could probably just dissolve that and to make the deal go faster. Just dissolve
Here's the
American
thing:
division.
Sega just got rid of
Sega has
all of
downsized
their.
them.
No. They got rid of all of their arcade shit. Some other company bought it. So right now, this shit is living and dying on whatever they have in the tuck with their games and shit like that.
Which is why
Sega is a prospect which I thought Xbox would get, honestly. And I kind of still feel that way, man. I just feel like it's something strange at Sega, bro. But I could see it being a possibility. Honestly, I could see any one of them companies being a fucking possibility. But the shit that would make the most sense, Ace, like we talked about with Die.
But I don't want to say anything, and that's why.
No.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, you know, Sony has Evo. So, you know, kind of wrap your mind around that.
Yeah. No,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like something.
And I also thought about what's called one dude that was high in Capcom leaving Capcom and going to PlayStation. That could be also a sign of them working to getting acquire Capcom, which again would make
Didn't
sense.
necessarily go to PlayStation. He went to Sony, and he went to that arm of Sony that makes that mobile game.
I think when it comes to like, you know, the Evo thing, you know, I feel like acquiring like an Arc Systems or something like that would make more sense. Like, you know, fighting game developers having, you know, locking that stuff down, I feel like would allow them to be able to make stuff that's truly exclusive to the PlayStation. They only got to work on one console. They got better tech. You know, they got the pool of the developmental minds from PlayStation. They also can only focus on one console, or, you know, if they want to do console and PC, which they probably most likely would do, but it also, they got that financial backing from PlayStation. I feel like, especially with it being Evo, I feel like that's where it would be a better fit. It was like, all right, we own Evo, we got these exclusive games, all our consoles all over the place. It makes sense. So like
Let's
ArcSys,
wait and see.
Capcom,
I truly
or something
believe,
like that.
because of someone like Greg Miller saying it, I truly believe that something was happening. Someone like
Nah,
Greg
it
Miller
probably
would
was,
not.
but PlayStation was probably just like, we about to cut
Yeah,
that.
like I don't think someone like Greg Miller would tweet something like this just for clout. Like,
No,
that's not his style.
absolutely not. I don't like. That's why I said what I said earlier. What I said with Greg Miller, when it didn't happen, I was like, oh no, Greg, like not Greg, because I was really hype off of this because it was Greg saying it. If it was anybody else saying this shit, it'd have been another day. Like, it's just some bullshit, like whatever. It was Greg.
I look at these conversations that we have about these acquisitions and stuff, and honestly, the only thing that excites me is the potential of what can come, right? It's like, we know Sony has a track record of when they acquire people, they actually put out games. No shot at any other companies, but they actually put out the games, right? So if they were to get a Capcom, I had a dream that they acquired Capcom, and this was a long time ago. I think you remember that, Ace, right? I was saying that.
Yep.
I was
No,
saying
you
that
said
I
it
had a
a few
dream that
times.
they acquired Capcom, but I didn't have any insight. It was just a random ass dream, dog. I don't even really want them to acquire Capcom, bruh. Because I mean, what Resident Evil?
No.
Why
It's mostly it's for the Evo for Street Fighter, which absolutely makes sense. Which also makes sense
No,
why
they don't need to acquire them to have Street Fighter. They already have it. Capcom, I feel like, is in a good space as long as they, just like SquareSoft, as long as they maintain their relationship and those companies
It's not
have
about
the
being in a
integrity
good
not to
space,
sell
though.
out.
It's
If the
not about
companies
being
aren't
in a
going to
good
sell out,
space,
then what?
Sticks. Look at
It's just not.
let me just say this. Look at Activision, right? Activision ain't in a bad space. They wasn't in a
terrible.
situation where they weren't making money.
Yeah, they're
None of
making
that.
money,
None
but
of
they're
that.
not making
No.
quality content.
But none of that. And you think Microsoft is gonna change that?
No, I know they're
Microsoft
going to
just
make it
gave
work.
their
Yeah.
fans Halo Infinite, bruh. They just. Hey, I'm
But
done,
that's what
dog.
I'm saying. I'm saying that between Capcom and Square, they have like good distribution on multiple consoles, but they have good exclusives with PlayStation. That I feel like, well, what's the point of them actually getting acquired if
You know what? Because it's not about exclusivity. It's about content. Unfortunately, that's where all this shit has come. It's about content. It's about the IPs. That's all it is about, bruh. It ain't about none of that shit that you talking about. It ain't about them being in a good space. It's like, hey, nigga, I want your content. Come on over here, baby.
So we're just talking about like for services though.
Also,
No, just period. No. Just period and in general. Just period and in general. It's just about content, bro. Not even just specifically for services. For just the all around state of gaming. Niggas is like, yo, these motherfuckers is rounding people up. I ain't finna be the only one sitting here without having that particular content and without knowing where that content is going to go. So essentially, people are buying these companies to make sure their platform gets that content.
I mean, I would agree with you, except for the only people buying them are Sony and Microsoft, and we know Microsoft's people aren't getting that content.
No. Microsoft's people aren't getting that content. I actually have faith that Sony would actually do something with the content, and maybe possibly Microsoft is gonna do something with the content in the future when they finally get niggas out of this prototype console that they put out there.
With you playing Ghostwire Tokyo, would you ever believe that Microsoft would pay for this game to be released? I don't.
Yeah, but this was in development prior to them, so you can't really use that. You know, you have to look at what's getting created after the fact, right?
Well,
Everything
have
that
you heard the latest
Microsoft is
from
taking credit
Shinji
from.
Mikami?
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, he was talking about making another studio. If you know his history, he left Capcom to make Platinum Games, and then left to make his own studio again. And now he's talking about making another studio. So Ghostwire Tokyo is probably going to wind up being the last thing from Tango Gameworks anyway. He's gonna be it.
Yo, that's crazy. If that nigga do that, that is a. First of all,
If
there's
it was-
many red flags, but that is an official red flag.
What
Right there.
happens now? What happens?
If Ghostwire was being made under Microsoft's eye, I forgot his name, but oh boy, he would have had a gun.
Shinji Mikami.
No.
Shinji Mikami?
No.
Yeah.
No. I'm talking about the main character of the game. His name is
Oh,
Aikio or whatever. I'm being dead serious. He would have.
Mikami is
he
the
would've-
one that made Ghostwire Tokyo.
No.
No,
I know.
you
I'm
missing
talking
what
about
he's
the
saying,
main
Omar.
character of the game, Omar.
Oh,
the
okay.
main
He's saying
character
the
of the
format
game.
of the game would have changed, and
Yeah.
instead of it being his hands and him throwing
Yeah,
up
he would've had a gun.
signs, he would have had a gun.
Yeah, but had a gun. I'm not kidding. He would have had. See, but it wouldn't have been like a regular blicky, like blah blah. He would have had like some type of space, some type of spirit gun type of energy. I'm telling you, it would have been a gun. I'm not kidding, bro.
I don't
If it was-
think
if-
even
if
would
it was-
been in Japan. I don't think this game would have been that Japanese.
I think it would still been in Japan, because this is a Japanese.
Trivia is fire, man. That shit is fire, bro. I want to go to
Japanese
the
studio.
studio.
Yeah, this is a Japanese studio. This ain't no American. It definitely would have been in Japan, but he would have had some type of spectral weapon that he was shooting, and not it. You know, him doing the Naruto signs and shooting shit from his hands, and it wouldn't have been his hand. It would have been an actual gun. I'm not kidding. It would have been some type of spectral weapon. I'm dead ass. I'm dead serious, bro. It would have been a
I'm trying to
gun.
imagine that game.
Yo.
Like that. I can't see it, man. I can't see it. Like
I mean,
Eastern Conference
we have
said,
a bow.
Eastern Conference said, do the sound again. Blah blah. You know. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you,
Not
man.
gonna
They had a
lie, it
spirit
would
gun.
make sense for him to own a gun, because he is. Yeah, well, never mind.
yeah, if
Nah,
you say
but
that,
this-
then
but
you're
this
gonna
is-
kind of tell the whole fucking game.
I was
But
gonna
Yeah,
say,
exactly.
this
That's why
is the
I
whole
stopped.
story behind.
I mean, depending on how far you got,
Ghostwire.
you gonna realize what happens to him, and it kind
yeah,
of.
don't tell me I'm only like
Actually,
I'm only in
I-
chat.
I highly
We moving
recommend
on.
you to play-
We moving on. No. So you know that would have been the thing, because I'm only in chapter 3, so I don't want to get
No,
spoiled.
me too. So I'm not spoiling anything. I just want to say, for people that wanna play the game, I highly recommend you play the free one first. It gives you a little bit of insight of the main character and such.
What game are we talking about? What?
Ghostwire Tokyo, they're the prequel for it for free.
Yeah, they do have a prequel for it.
What's it called?
Yeah,
It came out before the game actually came out.
What's it
yeah,
called?
it's literally a 10-minute, 15-minute game that gives you a little bit of insight who you're playing with.
What's it called?
Give me a second so I look it up.
All right. But
And,
yeah, you know that's the.
The creative director as well for that project left at some point during it too. So there's an exodus. I don't know if that has anything to do with Microsoft, but chances are they know that Ghostwire is coming out of that studio.
Well, didn't the dude that made Deathloop, didn't he leave as well?
Yeah,
I do believe so. Yes.
I believe it was the director that left, not the guy that we were seeing all the time.
So,
Oh, the
Ghostwire Tokyo Prelude.
Yeah,
Okay.
man, the day has been an awesome day, man. Y'all just gotta understand it, bro. Like,
Did you pass?
yeah, I passed.
What test you talking
Nice.
I passed
Congrats.
it with an 872 out of 900, bro.
about? What test?
Congrats.
Security plus.
Oh my man.
This
I have a
601.
feeling that the
Secure
Spider Big Iron gave you a little
TV.
bit
Let's
of,
you feel me? Security Plus boys in the building. Eek.
Nah, I
Getting
think
in-
I'm
you getting into
I
my
think
territory. Hold up
So
now.
right now I'm A plus, Network plus, Security plus, and MCSE certified. But I want to do AWS now.
Oh, cloud
I
architecture.
definitely want to get, bro.
Hey, yo,
after
sick. You getting into my
going through all of
territory,
this
bro.
shit with fucking cloud, dog, and really understanding it,
Mhm.
now I want to do cloud, bro. I don't know if it's gonna be AWS or Azure, but it's gonna be one
Go
of
with AWS. That's what a lot more companies use. AWS.
them. Yeah, more than likely, I'm probably gonna go with AWS.
It's the most of like the cloud certifications. AWS, associate, practitioner, architect. Those certs are definitely the most popular. You could
Yeah,
just
it's
get
so
the,
stupid though, man. With MCSE, bro, I gotta recertify that shit every year, dog. It don't make any sense, bro. They need to change that stupid shit.
I thought you was getting into cybersecurity. I was gonna say the it's not it ain't big enough for both of us. Sick. Nah, I'm really happy for you though, bro.
Predominantly a networking background. That was always my major thing, bro. But
yeah,
now it's like I'm branching off because I want to do consult. I want to be a consultant, right? I don't want to work for no company. You know what I'm saying? I just want to contract my shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So if you need it, I got it. I'll make it happen for you. But I don't want to be on the clock for nobody. I'm straight with that.
No, I get that. I'm
because I got other shit going on, and I need my flexibility.
Oh yeah, no, I get that. AWS, if you're trying to do cloud computing and architecture and stuff like that, AWS is definitely the wave. And you can go on Udemy, and they got the courses all over, bro. And there's so many people taking it. Like, if you look at like the most popular courses, AWS is always in that top 5. All of the certs is always in that top 5.
I wonder if Professor Messer got anything on that. I really love his like the way he does his videos and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about I watch all of his fucking like whatever cert I'm going for, I'm watching all of his study groups. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to see every last one of them.
Yeah, Professor Messer is who I use. I use Professor Messer, and I used
Mike Myers. I use both of them.
I use Jason Dion and Professor Messer for my security.
I gotta look him up. Jason Dion?
Yeah,
Never heard of him.
He's on Udemy. He's the reason why I liked his is because his was also, he kind of has like the same type of teaching style like Professor Messer, where like he's real accurate and he doesn't assume that you know. So he really goes into like really good details. Like I like people that give good details. Sometimes with some of these teachers, they just kind of like just summarize shit and like nah, bro, give me the details. And Jason Dion, he's really good. But Professor Messer is like, top tier. But Professor Messer does like A+, Net+, Security+, and I think he does one more certification course, I forget. But he's another one. Well, if you was going down the security route, I would tell you the one for the certifications that I'm taking now or studying for now, I'm using Mike Chappell, and he does more like offensive, like advanced security shit, like CISSP, CASP plus CYSP and all that stuff. Much more like high level advanced like security concepts and stuff like that. Risk management, governance, and all that shit. He's really
I'm
good.
gonna tell you, bro,
that's through
my heart
LinkedIn
was
Learning
pounding too, bro. Because I'm a person that when I truly put my foot forward for something, I feel like I let myself down if I fail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's why I never failed the test, bro. I've never failed the test in my life, dog. And I ain't even bullshitting. My driver's test back when I was fucking 15 years old. Well, I wasn't 15, I was 16, but I got my learner's permit when I was 15. You know what I'm saying? But the way I study is I go overboard. I want to know everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when I originally studied for my A+, which honestly I feel like A+ was harder than everything else that I've done. I know people say other shit is more difficult. I don't subscribe to that. I think that's bullshit. Bruh,
yeah, once you start working in IT though, like after you get A+, a lot of other like cert tests, I'm not gonna say they're easy, but you kind of tend to understand like the language and like you start to like understand, so it gets a little bit easier to understand and grasp. Go ahead.
Yeah, like the biggest thing for me, and I just can't get it out of my mind now. It's crazy. It's ports, bruh. Bro, I know ports for
I remember when I was
fucking
studying
thing,
for my
dog.
Network Plus, bro. Them ports were burned into my fucking head. Like, what's it?
When I say burned into my brain, bro.
Yeah, yo, trust me, I know, bro. Trust me,
And they'll ask a stupid question like, "Hey, if you wanted to transfer a file from one Mac computer to the other Mac computer, what port would you use? And I'm like, nigga, AFP, Apple Filing Protocol, 548. Right? Like that's how I put that shit together, bro. And it's crazy because even with the RDP, which is remote desktop protocol and shit like that, 3389, bro, somehow I associated that with LDAP, the lightweight directory access protocol, because that's 389. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could do this shit all day, but I'm not finna do this, bro. Like,
because even with the Security Plus, there's a lot more ports you gotta know and whatnot. So yeah, I definitely, trust me, I tell you, man, them ports was, when I was studying, them just were burned into my head.
This has been years that I've had my A+. I think it's due for a renewal because I think they changing it this year or next year.
Or now, if you got it prior to the change, you don't ever have to renew your A+. This was like,
yes, you do.
Like 15. This is like 12, 13 years ago, 15 years ago.
No. That one from like 12, 13 years ago, no fucking place is gonna recognize that shit. They ain't even gonna give a fuck about that shit. But if you got experience, they'll take that over that particular certification anyway.
Yeah, it's every 3 years now, yo.
Yeah, now it's every fucking 3 years, and I'm like, God damn it, man.
Yeah, I failed a couple of tests. I remember when I first took my Network Plus test a long time ago. I failed it the first time, and it's funny because I went into that shit cocky as fuck. And then when I took it, that's the funny thing. I went in there cocky, like, man, I know this. Man, ain't nothing. I failed. And then when I went in there a second time to take it, I went in there nervous as hell, and I passed like super high. I was like, yo, you gotta humble yourself, man. That shit humbled me. From there on, I was like, all right, let me humble myself taking these tests. But even like in like high school and stuff, I used to fail tests, man. Shit.
Right. I mean, again, that's one of them things where where I say my study methods is a lot crazier than other people's study methods.
Yeah.
I will definitely fucking overload myself with information. Let me tell you, the only reason why I rushed to do my security is because my voucher for the fucking test was about to expire in May. So I said, oh shit, I gotta do something with it now, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's my procrastination right there. Like, I procrastinate with fucking everything. So I took a week where I ain't been doing much of nothing. Since I fucking got the platinum in Ghostwire Tokyo, I ain't really been playing nothing, bro. I put my full attention on this, and I said, okay, I'm gonna schedule this shit for Monday. Scheduled it for Monday, flew through it. I had 11 minutes left on the test out of 90 minutes. I had 11 minutes left.
That's good.
And I just kind of went back through the questions and shit. I felt comfortable with it. I felt comfortable with it, but I felt like I had some shit wrong, right? Like, and I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna take it as it is. I'm gonna end the test here, and we just gonna see how it pan out. Now, one thing I hate about these motherfuckers at CompTIA, well, not even CompTIA, I think it's Pearson VUE that has control over that bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So them motherfuckers, like, after you finish the test, you think they finna give you the score, right?
Nah, they have you go through the survey.
A long ass survey. Hey, who you is? Nigga, what's your race?
Yo, I hate that, bro. I hate that so
like,
much.
Hold on. Wait a minute, nigga. What? Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here, bro? And
I hate that.
I was still nervous as fuck because I'm like, yo, did I pass it or didn't I pass it? And then, you know, finally when I finished the screen or whatever, it finally went to the when I saw congratulations, I already knew what time it was. But when I seen the score, I said, holy shit. Like, I did a lot better. And I'm telling you, it's crazy because they give you these performance questions that's absolutely fucking nuts. Well, you know what I'm talking about. I ain't gotta tell you.
Yeah, I know. But
shit's fucking crazy.
I know, trust. But yeah, man, yo, listen, good conversation. Congrats to Sick, man. You know, round of applause for Sick, you know.
Bro, man, I'm still down in the mud, dog. I'm still down in the mud, man. I'm gonna be what they call the IT expert.
Oh yeah. No, trust me, like this year, by the end of this year, I'll have like 4 certs under my belt. So trust me, I tell you, I get it. But yo, man, let's get into these outros, man. Starting with you, Omar.
Yeah, great show. People can find me at @_job on Twitter and Game Slayer every Saturday 5 p.m. Also on Goat in the Garage Gaming every Sunday. Check last episode, it was great. We had a great conversation with Daly. Also hit the like button, people. Can you hear me, Persona?
I don't know what happened.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
am.
block fucking Paramount Plus, dog. They got me
Why?
fucked up, bro. You ain't finna keep sending me all these emails, my nigga.
I ain't interested.
Keep begging you to watch Halo.
Your link.
Watch
Nah,
that
you know what?
bullshit.
I
Your
got
link is
it, and I
outro.
never fucking watched it. I'm not truly interested in fucking Halo, bro. Like, not even the TV show, bro.
That TV show looked
Yo,
like
link.
it might
give me
be
outro, bro.
not so good.
Nah,
Yeah.
everybody say it's good though. They say it's
Yo, link. Yo, link. Give me outro.
All right, man.
Sounded like y'all ain't gonna have me here. nigga.
Yeah. All right, hopped on late. Great show as always. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to come on here and yep, that's it.
Cool. Sticks.
Thank you for letting me speak on the panel, Persona. It was a great show. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all make sure you hit the like button. Y'all know me on the Twitters. Get on the sticks. I did start a podcast with a Sumo and Trogdor. It's called the RIP podcast. That's Review in Progress. Please don't take us at our word. And, that's about it.
That's you, man. Sick, man. Mr.
Peace
Security
out.
Plus. No doubt,
That's it.
man. I appreciate y'all coming through. Shout out to the panel. You feel me? Good talk, man. Good discussion. I hope y'all enjoyed it as well in the chat. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Also, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, Ladies Night episode 3. It's gonna be myself, Stone, Luca, Dimes, Red, Morgan, hopefully Whitney, because Whitney's in Europe, so she her time difference is like, when we doing it at 6, I think it's like midnight for her or some shit, so she might I told her, I was like, yo man, I hope you can really make it this time. She said she's gonna try. I hope she can. If not, we still got a crazy good panel of people. There's gonna be some good stuff, man. We talking about some craziness that's been going on in the community lately, man. I need to hear the ladies' thoughts, you feel me? And then Wednesday, I'm gonna be a special guest on Level 1 Gaming on Double XP Podcast, so make sure you guys check that out as well. If you follow me on Twitter, just be on the lookout for that link on Wednesday when that happens, when that goes live. And yeah, that's it, guys. Listen, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. I hope you enjoyed the show. Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all be safe. Happy Monday. Have a great night.